to that, but what do you think that people who are tuning into the tournament maybe could be seeing you play for the first time? What are they going to see from you? What are they going to take away from watching you on this stage?
Yeah, so I'm super excited for us and the team to attack this tournament with 100% effort. I'm super excited for two reasons. This is the first one that I've been in 2 years. Like last year, unfortunately, everything got shut down and we weren't able to participate in this. So, guys' emotions are high, and super excited to finally be able to play in the big dance again and get back to what it feels like. And my freshman year, only played a couple, maybe 10, 11 minutes. So got in there and I'm pretty sure I hit a 3 against Houston and maybe Iowa State. But this year it's going to be a little bit different. My role is different. Team is different. So, we talk about it with each other, how important it's going to be to stay together and make sure we're going in March. And on my side, I'm going to bring positive energy, great energy, picking up my teammates, playmaking and shot making, and just doing everything I can to try to help our team win.
All right, next up, Stephen Means with Dave Campbell on deck. Stephen
Means, Cleveland.com. Duane, kind of a two-part question here. For starters, Oral Roberts has a guy who will literally step past half court and then pull. I mean, I don't know how often you've had to deal with guarding guys who play like that. There might be 2 other people on the planet who shoot the ball like that, and they both get paid to do this. One, how do you guard a guy when you know he can step past half court and pull? But also, if Chris Holtman saw you shoot a shot like that in practice, what would his reaction be?
If coach told me to shoot a shot like that, I'll just have to make it. If I didn't make it, then he'll probably make me run or take me out, especially in practice. In the game, he'll take me out and be like, "What were you doing?" I'd be like, "What are you doing, Duane?" But Abmas is their guard, leading scorer in the country. It's gonna be a great matchup. I'm super excited for our team to go against somebody like that. At that high of a level. Obviously, he is a very good player. He does shoot from wherever in the gym, and at that point you just got to have good contests on his jumpers everywhere he is. Make sure there's somebody's around him at all times, and just make sure you get a hand up. Percentages show that those are tough shots. So those shots he'll hit some. Definitely, he's a good player. But the more he takes of those, be all right.
Next up is Dave Campbell with Brendan Gulick on deck. Dave.
Hey, Duane, it's Dave Campbell with the Associated Press. Hey, piggybacking off that, if you think about shot selection and three-pointers, how do you sort of balance, knowing you're one of the better three-point shooters in the country, but making sure that you're taking the right shots and sort of balancing with how big of a shot it can be, but trying to make it a smart one.
Yeah. And you're talking about from my standpoint or
yes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
For offensive.
Yeah. That's something I've struggled with, honestly. Those are things, conversations me and Coach Diebler have, me and my dad have of not settling. There's lots of times where, a three-pointer can get shot at obviously there's people in the world who can shoot from very, very far and deep and whatnot. So you can always get off a 3. And I think working on it in practice and understanding what's settling and what's not and taking what the defense gives you and getting what we want, those two things are different. And you just got to focus and lock in a little bit more and be really locked in on what you guys want to do as a group, attacking that game. And obviously sometimes you got to make plays, always got to be aggressive, but just knowing time and score and time and place is what I've been working on and getting pretty good at. So.
Next up, Brendan Gulick with Patrick Murphy on deck. Brendan.
Hi, Duane. Brendan Gulick with Buckeyes Now on Sports Illustrated. Sort of a two-part question for you. First, can you give us an idea on how morale of the team is after the emotional roller coaster you guys went through last week? Obviously, all 4 games were really tight. And the second part is more about just playing at Purdue, a familiar court, a familiar venue, you know, shooting angles that you've seen before. Does that help? Does it matter? How, you know, what are your thoughts on playing at Purdue?
Yeah. So to answer your first question, the guys are doing better. You know, it's hard. You're right. It was emotional, and the guys, you know, we all fought so hard to get to where we were and put ourselves in position to bring home a championship. And you know, unfortunately, that wasn't the outcome. But you know, guys were hurting. It hurt. So guys were hurting for the first night. It was Justice's 22nd birthday yesterday, so that kind of took our minds off basketball for a little bit. We was playing Uno and playing BS, the card game. So we had a little fun. You know, kind of relaxed us and settled us back into, you know, this gauntlet that we're about to attack starting on Friday. So. And to the second question, Purdue's a great arena. Mackey gets loud. I saw the court in there. It looks pretty nice. Says March Madness on it. Looks pretty cool. Obviously not sure how the fans are going to show up for either of us, but Purdue's not too far from Ohio State. So hopefully we can get a good crowd in there, and it should be fun. Obviously we played there. I played. So, you know, it'll be good to have a sense of familiarity, but you know, it's just so a lot of things can happen.
Next up, Patrick Murphy with Dan Hope on deck. Patrick.
Duane, how would you, Patrick Murphy from 247 Sports, how would you define your play this weekend? You set a Big Ten tournament record for points. I think you led the team in assists one game, led in rebounds twice. It just seemed like you were really in control. How did you, when you looked back at it, how do you kind of define the way you played in those 4 games?
It reminded me so much of an AU tournament, and I think you know, back in the day, like even now, you're gonna do anything in your power to win. There's a lot of things that I still could have done better, but you know, I felt like I left it all out there and tried to do everything I could to help my team win. And you know, it's not all just one person. It's on the team, and you know, we got us to the championship, but we had a little bit more we could have controlled and got done. But you know, like I said, it just felt like an AU tournament. It felt like we were at Speeds Fieldhouse and on Championship Sunday, and at that point, you want it all. You want the ring, you want the trophy, you want to get it all. So you're just gonna do everything in your power to do it. And yeah.
Next up is Dan Hope with Tim Hall on deck. Dan.
Hey, Duane, Dan Hope from 11 Warriors. Just how much do you think it helped you guys prepare for this gauntlet of the NCAA tournament that you did just have these 4 games in 4 days, and you've proven to yourselves that you can compete in that kind of setting?
Yeah, the Big Ten is the best basketball conference in the country. I've said it multiple times in multiple interviews, and you know, I don't think there's another conference that can get you ready for the NCAA tournament like the Big Ten can. You obviously got to take it with a grain of salt. You got to understand that it is what it is, and this conference is the toughest. So, you know, it can possibly mess you up. You know, as we lost 4 in a row towards the end of the regular season. But understanding that, you know, we're still the same team. We just made some executed poorly late or whatever the case may be. We bounced back, found a way to get to the championship and, you know, have the chance to play for a ring. So that just shows how locked in we are and bought into what we're trying to do here. And we're super excited for this run.
All right, and our last 2 questions will come from Timmy Hall and Adam Jardy. Tim.
Hey, Duane, Tim Hall, 97.1 The Fan. I'm just wondering if what you did at the end of the Big Ten tournament, if internally it's like what we all saw, where you've been a good player already, one of the best on this team, but your game seems to be transforming to a different stratosphere in front of everybody's eyes. I just was wondering if there's what's going on behind the scenes, you know, that's leading to you elevating your game here.
I just been believing in myself, man, at the highest level. So my coaches and my teammates, my family, my support system. It's always been like that for me, but you know, I just been doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. Like I ain't changed nothing up. I just been sticking with it and understanding that there's a process with this basketball thing. You gotta trust it and you gotta fully give yourself into it. And once you do that, you see results. You see greatness slowly coming into fruition, and that's all I want as a player. That's all I want for us as a team, for the coaches. Great, like so. At this point, I'm just trying to do everything I can in my power to help win basketball games and just keep surviving and advancing.
All right, we'll finish up with Adam Jardy. Adam.
Adam Jardy, Columbus Dispatch again. You mentioned a moment ago that when I asked you about being in the tournament the first time, and you said how you think you hit a 3 or 2, but what does that feel like when you're stepping out on that stage for the first time? And I know it'll be different without the crowds, but this is a team that doesn't have a lot of NCAA tournament experience on it because obviously we didn't have one last year. But what do you remember about stepping on that court for the first time in the NCAA tournament that so many of your teammates are going to be experiencing for the first time this year?
Yeah, man, I'm super excited. This is one of the coolest, most historical things I've ever been a part of. You know, we're in a gigantic bubble in multiple hotels right now, and we get to play the game we love and walk past each other like it's AAU back in the day. So, you know, I think for us, we're just taking it all in, understanding where we're at, what we're doing, how cool this actually is, and I think it's really opening people's eyes and just understanding like, hey, at the end of the day, it's just a basketball game. Obviously, there's stuff that we got to work on, scout this, and this, but at the end of the day, it's just basketball, and I think it's connected us so much more. Got us all bought into to the end goal of what we want. And you know, I'm not sure if it'll change too much. You know, obviously the tournament is the March Madness, the name, all this cool stuff and brackets and just little nerves here and there. Definitely going to be some guys nervous, and but those will shake out as soon as you get on the court. It's just basketball. You got to go out there, do what you do, play your role, and we can get some stuff done. So,
Duane, thanks for your time, man. Good luck this week.
Thank you, guys.